Social media lead to problems in your relationship? This is the Joyfully Married After podcast, episode 61. Hey, babe, what's going on?
Hey.
How you doing today?
Ooh, we talking about social media and relationships,
You
y'all.
know, when we first started this subject, I never thought about social media creating new rules around the concept of cheating.
Ooh. Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
It's different because we fail to realize
Hmm.
that when you are with your partner, it's a spiritual connection.
Yeah.
So when you are spiritually attaching yourself
Hmm.
to
Hmm.
others,
Yep.
no matter how that
Uh
is,
huh.
you're cheating.
And another thing about that that struck me was that even if you rationalize that, hey, it's not cheating in my mind, it's not causing me to spend physical time with someone else, you're cheating them out of your time, right? You're cheating your loved one out of time that you otherwise would be spending with them,
Correct. Correct.
which is another form of cheating, right? So really interesting topic today that we wanted to broach. So let's get into it.
So if your partner's asking you about your chats,
Hmm.
your comments,
Right.
yes, your comments,
What you say to her?
messages to others on social media, DMing people, are you hiding your messages?
It goes down in the DMs.
You know, do you sometimes like to chat or message your ex?
It goes down in
You're
the
cheating.
DMs.
You're cheating.
Yeah, guys, you have to really pay attention to these things, right? Because you don't want things to fester and then turn into something else.
If you are instead of going to your partner and having a discussion about an issue that you all are having,
Hmm.
if you're always going online, I see the most intimate, emotional stuff online. I'm
Right.
like, this is not the forum for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you go online to talk to someone else and
Hmm.
say, this is what's going on in my relationship,
Hmm.
you are cheating.
Yeah.
You're cheating.
Yeah. And just best practices from a relationship perspective in general, right? Just talking to your mom, your sister,
Same
your
thing.
cousin, your whomever it is, right? It's just not the best way to work through things that you're
Right.
dealing with respect to your person. And likewise, going on to social media, engaging in deep conversation with someone else, especially someone else of the opposite sex or whatever it is, right? And so the idea is if you have things that you need to work on in your relationship, work on them with your person. And if you have other things that you want to share, then maybe it makes sense to do those things collectively or in a way where it's not impeding on the trust relationship that you have with your person.
Yeah. If any of those above statements apply to you, you're cheating.
Hmm.
Yes, it's social media. Yeah, whatever it is, it's incorrect. So anytime you're spending time with another person
Hmm.
outside of your relationship,
Right.
it's time spent away from your partner. Heath
Yep.
brought this up when we first opened the show.
Hmm.
And it's going to affect judgments
Hmm.
of
Hmm.
infidelity.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes, it's a lack of judgment about infidelity. So, other behaviors related to excessive, now we're going to talk about excessive
Hmm.
social media and phone use, also known to have effects on relationship. Let's start with the first one. You ever heard of this one, y'all? Partner phubbing. Phubbing. And that
What's
means
that, baby?
I'm on the phone.
Okay.
I'm on the phone.
Uh huh.
I'm looking at my phone
Okay.
and you're talking to me.
Right. But baby, I want you to pay attention. I'm trying to tell you something. Look, I saw this thing on ESPN today. It was just like the funniest thing, and I want, baby, you're
No.
not paying
Oh,
attention.
oh, oh. And this is if you're doing it all the time. And let me tell you something. Y'all do it all the time.
Right. Right.
Y'all,
Right.
I see sometimes Heath and I sit in restaurants and we look at people
Uh
and we're like, oh my God, look at them. Oh my God, look at them.
huh.
And one person's just talking away, and the other person's on the phone,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
looking at the phone, not even looking at them, not even looking at them.
And we get it, right? It's like, it's modern day. So much information, so much data comes through your
Put the phone
phone.
down, y'all.
It's part of your life. It's part of all of our lives. We're all guilty of it to an extent,
Get
right?
off TikTok.
But you can go overboard with these things, and so you have to make sure that you're monitoring how you're executing your relationship, because where your attention is where your attention
Don't
is.
phub your partner.
No fubbing.
Okay. Another behavior that's going to mess up your relationship is securing your social media privacy and settings,
Mhm, mhm.
concealing certain aspects of your accounts from your partner.
Look,
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Tracy knows my code. She can go on all my stuff. You can look
Don't
through
want to,
there,
don't care to,
right?
but I can.
But the point is she can.
Mhm.
And so that's the piece that you have to recognize is when you are hiding things, when you are doing things that you feel like need to be hidden, that could be an indication that that's a problem for you.
You think? What are you talking about
Mhm.
that you feel like your partner can't look at?
Yeah. It's that conversation of if I would not do it or say it next to you or in front of
Oh,
you,
that's good.
then maybe I shouldn't
Hello?
maybe
Hello?
maybe I shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't type that.
I remember when, Heath was a real estate agent,
Mhm.
and he worked in an office with a lot of older white women.
Okay.
It's just where we lived and the brokerage he happened to be at,
Okay.
and he had a habit
Uh-huh.
of always saying nice things to them.
I did. Yes.
What would you say to them? Stuff like what?
I would say things like girl, you need to stop taking all those pretty pills.
Just little stuff, you know? And I noticed how they would react to my husband,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
and so I started putting 2 and 2 together. I was like, "Hey, come here, Heath." I said, "You need to stop that."
Let me talk to you.
I said, "Please stop that."
Stop
And
doing
at
that.
first he was like, "What?
What are you talking
What
about?
are you
Just
talking about?"
I I I got this stuff from my dad. My dad did that for years. He was married 47 years. I've been doing that kind of stuff ever since we've been married. It's just, just part of my little repertoire.
I
That's
said,
just
"No."
how I
I said, "Look
roll.
at the reaction. Look how they look at
I
you.
was like, what reaction? What are you
Look
talking
how they
about?
talking to you."
What are
It's
you
a no.
saying?
It's a no. Because dudes don't do it. Dudes don't say nice things to women that they don't
Mhm.
have relationships with.
Yeah.
Because when they do, they mean something. They
Mhm.
want to do something.
Yeah.
And so women naturally react in, "Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Oh, he's kind of cute."
Mhm. Mhm.
No.
Mhm.
No. That's not even what he was trying to do. And I knew it wasn't him.
Right.
I knew it wasn't him. That's not why I was saying. I was just giving him a point of, I think it's too much.
Yeah, and there were a couple of points that I derived from that, baby, right? So one was respecting how you felt about it was what I had to let sit with me,
Right.
right? Because initially I was thinking to myself, it's not a big deal. It's just something that I do, things that I say, that kind of thing. But what I learned was if that makes you uncomfortable, if that is opening the door for other things, then it's not cool.
Right.
And so therefore I had to check myself and then understand that I need to conduct myself in a different way.
What about liking people's stuff?
Mhm.
Following certain people and liking people's stuff
Mhm. Mhm.
on Facebook, Instagram, wherever.
Yeah.
People you know, people you don't know, doing
Mhm.
little comments.
Sure.
What about that? And that's more, it's usually a Facebook thing because everybody can see your stuff on Facebook.
Mhm.
So is Facebook causing issues in romantic relationships?
Yeah, I mean, I think all of these platforms have the ability to do direct message, right? And so it's not necessarily what's on someone's timeline on Facebook or Instagram, right? It's really the other things that it can lead to. And so to your point, what you have to do is you have to make sure that you're measuring how you are engaging on social.
Right.
So an example would be, hey, if I see someone that I'm friendly with
Right.
of the opposite sex and I see a post that I like or I think is funny or I think is cool, I may just give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, that's cute.
Or I may just say, this is funny or
Right.
this is great,
Yeah.
right? So you want to make sure that you're keeping it very platonic in nature in how it comes across versus going in depth and having these long exchanges and then
With the different
progressing to
emojis.
DMs and then it goes to this and it goes to that. And so I think that's where you have to be very cognizant, right? So it's best to keep it at arm's length, right? And if you're not the kind of person who just doesn't want to be on social. If you're the kind of person who can just say no to social, then that's fine. And if you're one of those people who are on social, but you want to make sure that you're monitoring yourself, then do that and be very, very brief in your engagement.
Agreed. I agree with that. So now we're going to talk about the top ways social media is driving you apart. and you might not even realize it. So the first one is time spent on social media is time not spent with your partner.
Correct.
It's encroaching on your quality time.
Yep.
If you think about it, the average time spent is 2 hours, let's say.
Mhm.
And if you're younger than, 40 or so, it's going to be higher.
Yep.
You sleep 8 hours.
Yep.
You work another 8 to 10 sometimes.
Where you going with this, Tracy?
Now you're down to 6 hours.
6
He
hours.
works 10 hours. Sometimes 12. Now you're down to 6 hours.
Wow.
Am I speaking to somebody?
Wow.
Am I talking to somebody?
Hmm.
Maybe somebody I know.
Yeah. And I think that
Wait,
go
wait,
ahead,
wait,
babe.
wait.
Go ahead.
Now you got to take out the time, your private time, your
Mhm.
bathroom time,
Mhm.
showering,
Mhm.
preparing for work, put on your makeup,
Mhm.
you know, commuting,
Yep.
commuting. Now, how much time do you really have? Right?
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Mhm.
Not a lot. Right, baby?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was just going to say that I think that you when you think about it in that context and understand one of the best practices around relationships that we always teach people
Mhm.
is 10 hours a week, right? And
Get in
so
10.
when you talk about 10 hours, right, of small talk in the morning, small talk in the evening, pillow talk, right? What are you doing as you're preparing for your day, time after you're done working, having a meal together, those kinds of things. Those moments are very precious.
Yes, they
And
are.
you need to make sure that you're having that time during the course of the week. And if you reverse engineer the end of the week, if you haven't done that for 10 hours, then you're
You
not
got some
giving
work to
your
do.
relationship enough
Yeah, you
enough
got some
attention.
work to do. Put the phone down.
Mhm.
Turn the TV off, put the phone down.
I can make you put your phone down.
Hey, I know you can, baby. Yeah, he can make me put my phone down. Another way social media is driving you apart, Heath,
Spending time on social media even when they're together.
even when you're together? Come
Yeah.
on, y'all.
Yeah. So, when you're paying attention, wherever you're paying attention, that shows where your priority is, right? That shows where your attention, where your interests are, where
Where your
your
heart
heart is,
is.
right? So when you jump into, every notification of the news feed or you're looking at, right, all of that psychological stuff those apps have built into it, right? You see the little red dot and your chemicals go crazy in your body and you got to check it. You got to see what's going on. You got to see who messaged you. You got to see who liked your message and those kinds of things. All of those things are woven into these applications by design, right?
Yeah,
And
they
so
are.
they certainly understand the
Was it
psychology.
dopamine?
Yeah, yeah. And the part and what we're trying to drive home here is that you have to spend uninterrupted time
Right.
together to make sure that you're engaged, that you're on the same page, that you are talking through the things that are important and germane to your relationship more so than what's happening inside of your device. And so we're not saying don't use your devices. What we're saying is make sure that you're prioritizing your relationship.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Pay attention to each other.
Mhm.
The third one is social media is the perfect opportunity for you to compare your partner with others, honey. Let me tell you, this ain't nothing but the truth. Social
Uh,
media, TikTok, especially these people with TikTok and no shirt. No, no.
who ain't got
Ooh.
no shirt on
Oh,
TikTok?
no. So anyway, social media is going to force you to compare your spouse, your partner to other people. It's just going to
Mhm.
do it.
Mhm.
It's just going to do it. Social media is about posh, pretense, my fitness, my diet,
Mhm.
my abs,
It's a highlight
my
reel.
butt.
Yeah.
It's a highlight reel.
Mhm.
Users are putting out
Mhm.
the best of them.
Mhm.
They staged stuff. They spent hours, y'all,
Mhm.
looking like this.
Yep.
They're going to put out the best thing.
Might have a few filters on there too.
You think? You think? Why doesn't my spouse or my partner look like that?
Yeah, yeah.
Or, bringing you flowers or playing with their kids or cooking the perfect meal.
You
Why
don't
doesn't my
bring me
spouse do that? My husband didn't
flowers.
wash my car today. You know, these comparisons
Mhm.
could make your relationship bitter
Yep.
and unhappy.
It's true. It's true, right? Because you're trying to compare something. You're trying to compare someone to a
It's
non-realistic
not real.
benchmark.
Yeah. What you see on social media isn't always the case. Sometimes it's real,
Mhm.
but people reveal what they want you to know.
So enjoy and appreciate what you have before you.
Hmm.
How about that?
Yep. The fourth way social media is probably messing you up.
Whew. Sometimes it just makes you irritable.
Mm.
Just get you annoyed.
When you get interrupted,
Babe, I'm over here on the Instagram.
this is your first sign of addiction,
Why you
y'all.
bothering me?
Mm-mm. No, it's not even that. It might you just might be on there watching something or doing something, and then you come up and you start talking. You're like,
What?
what?
I'm on the TikTok.
And you snap at them. Wait a minute. Or you do the whole. You're trying to focus on what's online, and you can't focus your attention because your attention is divided. You can miss things when you do this. You can miss important things.
That's why your teacher used to say in school, I need your undivided attention.
Your partner needs that. We have a habit that when one of us starts talking, we put down our phone. We pick up the DVR sometimes for the TV. We pause
freeze
the
that,
show.
please. Freeze that.
Because sometimes we might be watching something and something might jump in somebody's head, and they want to say something.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Boop, you can stop the TV. Y'all, remember back in the day we couldn't stop the TV? We can stop the TV now.
Yep.
Hello? It's just not a big deal. So and if your phone rings, we have this thing called voicemail. It goes to voicemail.
Yep.
If it's important, my messages say that if it's important, leave a message. If you don't leave a message, guess what? I don't know you called because I don't pay attention.
You control the remote control of your life.
Yep. Another thing, social media is making it easier to go beyond what is normally acceptable.
Oh
my
boy.
God.
Oh boy. Bust it. Bust it.
Y'all,
bust
come on with the busted challenge. I think some of them are cute, but I personally don't think it's acceptable for a variety of women to be shaking their behinds in front of my husband.
Are you being a prude, Tracy?
I don't care what you call it. I don't care what you got. He said, I like the busted challenge. I guess you do.
Bust it. Boom.
And so what happens is he's used to the busted challenge. I ain't busting the challenge around here.
Right.
I'm not, I don't have time to bust the challenge. Okay. Now I take care of business, but I'm not busting the challenge. So maybe you're thinking, well, why don't you look like that busting the challenge? What?
When the little boy coming out of nowhere, you somebody's mama. You ain't busting nothing.
Thank you. Thank you. Where is, and here we go. I'm not shaming anybody. I'm not disrespecting anybody, but we have to be honest here. Social media is making it easier to go beyond what is normally acceptable. And that is spilling over into our relationships. It's that simple. My mom and I were talking about it this morning. My mom is 75. She talking about free the nipple.
Why are you talking about your mom?
I can talk about shit. She talking about free the nipple. I was like, what? Okay, yes. But what?
It's the COVID tree.
It's the COVID. It's the tick. My mom's a TikToker. It's just, you're used to seeing it. You're used to it. It's acceptable. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. And the other thing about social media is it's a compromise. This is one of the things that it's making more acceptable. Social media is a compromise. It's going to make it easy to connect with people, other people.
Right.
So now that's acceptable.
Absolutely.
But should it be when it comes to your relationship?
Right.
Should it be that easy to DM you? Should it be that easy for you to DM someone that's not your significant other?
Right.
Should it be?
Yeah. Not talking to the single folk right now.
No, we're not. Y'all do y'all thing, I'm all for it. Because let me tell you something. When I was single, I had a blast.
Single, ready to mingle.
So do your thing, single people. What's the last one, baby?
Using social media to deal with the relationship problems instead of facing them head on and talking about them. Social media friends and followers don't understand what happens within your relationship.
They have no clue, y'all.
And even if they do, it's not their place to dictate the next step that you're going to be taking.
None of their darn business. It ain't your business. It ain't your business. It's not their business. It's between you and you. You and them.
Yeah.
So whatever y'all call each other. It's between y'all. That works for everybody, right? That's where the solution needs to be.
Yeah. Between the two of you in the relationship.
Between the two of you. So watch out for the social media, y'all.